Hey, welcome to another junior geometry video. In this video, we're going to chat about measuring angles. Right, to measure an angle, we use a protractor. If we had a bit more money, we could purchase a digital protractor, which would be a lot more accurate. Right, here are the steps to measure an angle. We're going to place the center of the protractor on the vertex. We're going to start counting from either the inside or the outside numbers. We'll talk about that depending on where you line up the protractor. And make sure your answer is written in degrees. Okay, so those are the steps. Let's get into our first example and show you what we mean. So here's an angle ABC, and we're going to measure the size of this angle with a protractor. So we're going to grab our protractor. This is the center of the protractor, this blue dot, and we're going to line it up with the vertex, which is point B. So we're going to do that. Now we're going to rotate the protractor around, keep it on the vertex, and we're going to line it up, and I'm going to line it up with point C. So best you can, line it up with point C. Now, I've started at point C because I've lined it up with point C. I've got to start counting in this direction until I get to point A, right? So let's go. When I start counting, notice I have to use the inside numbers, 10, 20. These are the inside numbers here, 20, 30, 40, 50. Now, up to here, I haven't got to 60. 60 is a bit, not quite 60, so I reckon it's just short of 60. I'm going to guess 58 degrees. Boom, what a great guess. Hey, now if you'd guessed 59 or 57, you'd actually be okay. You're allowed 2 degrees on either side of the real answer. So if the real answer is 58, you'd be allowed to guess somewhere between 56 all the way up to 60 would be a good guess with a protractor. Okay, what about stepping it up to this angle out here? So let's do the same steps. Let's bring up our protractor. Let's line up the center of the protractor with the vertex B. Once again, I'm going to rotate it and line it on point C. And we're going to start counting from point C. So once again, we're using the inside numbers. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 20, 130, 140, 150. Notice it's just a bit over 150, just a little bit over. My guess is going to be 151. Oh, that's a great guess, 151. But remember, you'd be allowed 2 degrees on either side, so you'd be allowed somewhere between 149 and 153 would be a great guess. Okay, what's going on if I do something like this? If I want to measure this kind of angle in here. So once again, let's get my protractor, put it on vertex B, and I'm going to rotate it around. Now this time I'm going to line it up with point A, right? I'm going to line it up along here with point A. So now notice this time I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to have to start counting from point A. So I have to start counting all the way around here to get to point C. Now as I do that, 10, 20, notice I'm using the outside numbers. Last time we used the inside, now we're using the outside. 10, 20, these are the outside. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. It isn't quite 130. There's the mark for 130. So I'm going to go 129. 129. Oh, I'm getting good at these guesses. Again, you could have accepted 2 degrees on either side as a good answer. Right, final quick thing here. If you need to measure a large angle, a reflex angle here like this, my advice is to not measure, you can't measure the entire reflex angle because your protractor is only 180 degrees. So my advice is to measure this small angle around here on the other side. See if I can show you what I mean. Not that one there. This angle, oh no, not that one. I got the wrong one. I want you to measure this angle. Oh, it's not going to let me, sorry. I want you to measure this angle between A and C, measure that, and then subtract it from 360, which is the full circle. Full circle is 360 degrees. So the advice is if you have to measure a really big angle like this, measure the small angle first and then subtract it from 360 degrees. Right, well those are the steps to measuring an angle, so get into practicing and make sure you're confident, alright? Hey, thanks so much for watching this video.